Flume is in a building, and it's kind of cool. When you introduce yourself, it's not too common when an artist, because our expectations like, oh, an artist is coming in, and you just use your first name. So, are you a pretty chill dude? Like, you like to consider yourself that?
I guess so.
Yeah.
I'm
shy.
I feel like I'm kind of slow. I feel like I work on a slower wavelength to most people.
Right. kind of like, almost very similar to the musical stylings of, Flume.
That's right.
Because a lot of people, by the way, okay, we're just going to start off with this. Fans were mad at you for it felt like that for almost the last couple of years.
Yeah.
And that's what I noticed, just kind of looking on, your Facebook page. It was almost like, damn, this guy has some hardcore fans. You're like the Dr. Dre of your genre. It's like, mother effer, put out your album and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's just cool. I mean, it's cool to have people wanting it. I got some music and people actually want to hear it, so that's really cool. But yeah, it's kind of hard. But personally, the most important thing for me is just to get it right. And if getting it right means taking a little bit longer, then that's what I'm going to do. So
Skin, via your website, May 27th, so you say.
Yes.
Now, for sure, because we're not going to let people down.
100%.
100%.
Yeah, all right. I wouldn't lie about that. Why would you lie about that? That would be ridiculous.
Well, look at Dr. Dre and how many, 15 years later, people are like, what happened to Detox and stuff?
That's true, yeah.
But it's cool because knowing you, I kind of came across your music a couple years ago without really knowing who you were, but now you're here. But when you think about it, too, you are is it kind of cool or safe to say you're still in the early stages of your career? Because 2011, you get your start kind of doing stuff. It's 2016 now.
Yeah.
So, and you're going to be at Coachella this weekend.
Yeah,
How crazy is that?
No, it's great. I mean, I think there's a long way to go.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to I enjoy a lot of styles of music, and I kind of, I enjoy really strange, weird, experimental stuff, and I enjoy pop music. Mm-hmm. And I guess this album is a reflection of that. I've got a lot of more vocal heavy stuff, and I've got a lot of really weird stuff. So I tried to big spectrum.
Slow.
A lot of slow stuff.
Well, it's in a good way because, again, what you said a second ago, you're experimenting your video for your current single. Tell everybody the name of it one more time. Because
Let's Never Be Like You, and it's featuring Kai.
Yeah.
And she's from Canada, and she's dope vocalist.
How did you two actually come together?
Well, we were sending a bit of stuff back and forth online. We didn't really know each other too well. We'd never met each other. And we met up for the first time in New York at a studio. We hung out. The plan was to basically make a track. And, we had some ideas that we'd been floating around. Anyways, there wasn't really much vibe because we didn't know each other. So we thought, hey, let's just go out and hang out and, grab dinner. Ended up going out, having a few drinks. We got our tarot cards read for some reason. Yeah, we just thought, why not? Apparently I'm going to have 3 kids.
With you and Kai, or?
Not me and Kai. No.
All right, so you in general. So, and you're 25 right now, right?
I'm 24.
24.
Yeah.
You got your whole life ahead of you. That's a cool thing, man. But
anyways, we came back to the studio, and then once we'd hung out and got to know each other, that's when the music started happening, and that song came about then.
Did you really anticipate how crazy, with the single now, how it's doing? Because again, if anyone has gone on the internet, searched about you, you do talk about, even on a Billboard interview, how you said your music wasn't, meant for a certain type of listening. It was just kind of to listen at home, this, that, and the other. And now the festivals and all this other stuff. You're a celebrity 1,000,000 to 1. Does that bother you when that's that
funny.
word?
It's cool. It's awesome. It's just, I never think of myself as a celebrity, but that's rad.
No, it's awesome though, man. Because here's this guy from Australia. We're looking at you like a celeb, and when we see all these Spotify numbers and everything, how impactful your music has done. Again, your fans are hardcore, and people are almost defending you to the point when they talk about people say EDM music.
Yeah.
And you had a 2013 post. And you had said something to the effect of EDM ? I thought I'd do this and that, the other. So does it bother you when people try to put you in that genre or that category?
That's really funny, man. You've really done your research.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
I think for me, initially, like the first time I heard EDM,
Yeah.
it kind of had it was a bit of a dirty word for me. Like it was more
A lot of
like
people, yeah.
like it was commercial dance music in America when it came to the mainstream. But now EDM is just electronic music.
Right.
But it's kind of weird because like they call any kind of electronic music EDM. But then, I mean, does that mean that hip hop's EDM as well? Because it's electronic and you can dance to it. And
Right.
it's kind of just like this big term that gets thrown around, and I'm just happy that my music's getting embraced and people are liking it. It's freaking cool, man.
Right.
I'm getting to play these festivals.
What were you driving before? With all this stardom kind of came out.
What was I driving?
Yeah. If you were driving something, back when I was.
I had a Toyota Camry.
Got a
Yeah,
all
secondhand,
right.
beautiful. I love that car, man.
Right?
That's some efficient shit right there.
Right. Exactly.
Cheap parts.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And what about now? You've got like, see, we're trying to get the.
Man.
You're going to disclose, or you're going to give me that answer like, I got drivers.
No. I got a Tesla. And
See,
yeah.
Look at that. That's what I'm talking about. So your music, okay, again, even though that you're kind of open to different categories or whatever. So I think somebody had said your music is flume step. Do you like that kind of term?
I like that.
Flume step. How about
I'll take that.
Flume and B, like R&B, but Flume and B.
Ooh, that's a little strange, but I'll go with that.
Flume and bass.
Nah.
Just trying to come up with
Too
ideas,
far, bro. Too far.
right? But when you talked about hip hop, there is a lot of these samplings that you hear.
Yeah.
Because it's like I think even somebody had said like it's kind of depressing, but I love it.
Yeah.
But that's just one person's interpretation.
Yeah, absolutely.
So where does your kind of inspiration comes from?
My inspiration comes from, well, it's really exciting for me because I feel like a lot of music has been done before. Chord progressions, melodies, it's songwriting has really been explored for me. And the one area in music that hasn't been explored is the sound design area. So like you hear like say a Skrillex bass line,
sure.
Like Scary Monsters and Nice Sprites, like when that came out, man, like I'd never heard anything like that before, and mankind hadn't really heard anything. Like imagine trying to make something like that 40 years ago, like that.
Yeah.
That just probably wasn't even possible. Yeah. So it's exciting because I can sit down in front of the computer these days and I can be like, cool, I'm just going to make potentially a sound that no one's ever heard before. And, when you can combine that with classic songwriting, chords, melody, I think that's when the magic happens.
That's awesome. So, again, you've got so much going on with your music, and with Coachella around the corner, are you going to kind of bring that kind of down tempo kind of style, to your set this coming weekend?
Yeah,
well, 2 weekends, I should say.
Absolutely, it's cool, man. Like as you said earlier in the interview, like I was making more clubby stuff, festival stuff, and the Flume project was just my little project. I didn't think much of it at all, but it became the main project, and I had always thought about it as just music to sit back, headphones, listen to in your house. I never thought people would want to dance to it.
Yeah.
So when I started playing festivals and I started seeing people to dance to
Right.
it, I was like, whoa, this is crazy.
Yeah.
These kids are going nuts. This music's fucking 80 beats per minute. What are you doing?
Right. And you're probably saying, yeah, you idiot, you're paying to watch me, give me more money and stuff. I got to buy 2 Teslas, right? So, no, but it's awesome though.
No,
Yeah.
it's really cool, man. It's cool that people have embraced something. I feel like when I started out, I was doing something a little different, and it's cool to have so much support. And you guys playing my stuff, it's really rad.
If you weren't, the Flume of today, what do you think you'd be doing if it wasn't like music?
I think I'd probably be working a part-time job somewhere and studying psychology.
That again, that's why I like you, man. Because you walk in, you're like, hey, this is my real name. You say you're deep, and I can already hear that you're talking about psychology, like you chill with like what are those damn marsupials?
Kangaroos?
Or stuff like that. Are you?
They marsupials? They're not marsupials. I should know this shit. I'm Australian.
Right? No, but that's awesome. I can tell you're a really great guy, and we're really getting to know you. It's like a first date, man.
Yeah,
was it good for you too?
I'm enjoying this first date. Yeah, this is great.
It's getting a little weird, but appreciate Flume, and this is why for me, you literally. I liked, who was it? Stafford Brothers we met. Those guys are beyond crazy. Mm-hmm. So I've got my favorites from Australia.
Oh, yeah.
you actually kicked out Havana Brown. So
Oh, really?
yeah, and it goes like Kylie Minogue, Grace from Australia, and then you. And it's not because third place is a bad thing. They smell great.
Wait, what shot is this?
It's my own
Oh, your
personal.
personal
Yeah,
shot.
yeah, for Australia. But Havana Brown, she's hot
Oh,
too.
man.
But she beat her out. So
Yeah.
I'm just saying, it's just one of those things. Flume, I like this guy.
Oh, thanks. Man.
Any last words for San Diego? Because again, you're here today. We're gonna be hitting your record with DJ Al live in the mix and with Coachella around the corner.
Oh yeah, I mean, like, I come here today and I look on the Shazam thing and the most Shazam stuff, and San Diego is supporting the new stuff harder than anyone in the States right now.
Yeah.
So it's man, it's really cool, and cheers, and
Yeah.
thanks for having me.
Yeah, they're trying to figure you out too, like you said. The psychology aspect of it is like even going to your website. Real quick, explain wallfuck.
Oh man, yeah.
So that's just like I'm trying to figure that one out.
Yeah, I
Some
as
trippy
I
stuff.
said, man, at the start, like I like some really weird stuff, and
Yeah.
I like the pop stuff as well. So
Yeah.
I just try to have variety, and I just make whatever I feel like. And I was pretty angry that day.
That's how you make hit records. You're angry and just go drinking with Kai, and there you have it. That's all that matters, man. All right, cool. I appreciate that.